Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be covering the steps of how we find molecular and empirical formula based on a mass composition or on a percent composition. So I have a practice problem we have right here, and as we work through this practice problem, I'm going to narrate you through exactly what the steps are that we need to follow and what each step means conceptually. Okay? So in our problem statement, we are given that we have a compound that is 52.14% carbon, 13.13% hydrogen, and 34.73% oxygen by mass. Okay, when it says by mass, it means if I have 100 grams of this substance, I'm going to have 52.14 grams of carbon, 13.13 grams of hydrogen, and 34.73 grams of oxygen. Okay, this is a ratio of masses. It is in grams. Okay, so that's the unit we're dealing with. So when we want to find the empirical formula and we're given percent compositions like this, we aren't told a specific total mass that we have. Okay, so just to make things easy for ourselves, I'm going to say we have 52.14 grams of carbon, we have 13.13 grams of hydrogen, we have 34.73 grams of oxygen. Okay, so why am I allowed to do this? Well, we just need to make sure that the ratios are correct. We don't need to make sure that they add up to any specific mass because we aren't being told any specific mass. We just want the ratios to agree. Okay? And since the ratios still agree, I'm able to say that, let me just call these grams. Okay? So now that I have my elements in terms of mass, in terms of grams, I need to convert each of these to moles. Moles of carbon, moles of hydrogen, moles of oxygen. So now what I need to do is I need to take 52.14 grams of carbon, and I need to do this for each element. I need to do some dimensional analysis. So now would be the time where you would go to your periodic table, you would look at carbon, and you would look at the molar mass of carbon. It's going to be the bigger of the two numbers, okay? And the molar mass of carbon is 12.01 grams per mole. Okay, in our dimensional analysis, if we want to convert grams to moles, we need to make sure grams are canceling out and we have a mole in our numerator. Okay, so this is going to give us a number in units of moles. So we're going to get out our calculator and we're going to do 52.14 divided by 12.01. And we're going to get 4.34 moles of carbon, okay? Now, it doesn't matter if these are not round numbers, because remember, we picked an arbitrary mass to start with, and we're going to make them nice round numbers in the next step. But first, we need to calculate moles of everything. So we have 4.34 moles of carbon. We're going to do the same thing for hydrogen. 13.13 grams of hydrogen times 1 mole for every 1.008 grams of hydrogen. The grams of hydrogen will cancel. And we're going to take 13.13 divided by 1.008. And it's going to give us 13.03 moles of hydrogen. We got this. And now let's do it for oxygen. 34.73 grams of oxygen times 1 mole per 16 grams of oxygen. These will cancel. We need to take 34.73 and we need to divide it by 16, and that's going to give us 2.17 moles of oxygen. Okay? Now that we have these numbers, what we need to do is we need to figure out which one's the smallest. So this one's the smallest. My moles of oxygen is the smallest. Now that I know which one's the smallest, I'm going to divide everything by that number. I'm going to take 4.34 divided by 2.17. I'm going to take 13.03 divided by 2.17. And I'm going to take 2.17 divided by 2.17. Okay? This number, I can tell just by looking at it that it's 2. This number, I'm going to use my calculator, 13.03 divided by 2.17. That's going to give me 6. And I get 2.17 divided by 2.17. This is 1. Okay? Now I have nice whole round numbers. I'm going to look back. 4.34 was my carbon number. So I'm going to say carbon is present twice in my empirical formula. 13.03 was my hydrogen number. So hydrogen is present in 6 in my empirical formula. And oxygen is present once in my empirical formula. And now I have my empirical formula. Okay? The reason I'm allowed to take these ratios is because that's all the empirical formula is. It's a ratio of how many oxygen atoms do I have for every carbon atom? How many hydrogen atoms do I have for every oxygen atom? It's a ratio of atoms in your atomic substance. The empirical formula tells you what is the relative amount of each atom relative to each other. It doesn't tell you the absolute amount, okay? That is where the molecular formula comes in. Now we can do that on this side of the board, okay? So we know what ratio our atoms are in. To find the molecular formula, we need to figure out how much of each atom is present in one molecule, okay? So the way we do that is first we need to find the molar mass of our empirical formula, okay? So the molar mass of carbon is 12.01, molar mass of hydrogen 1.008, molar mass of oxygen is 16.00, okay? So I'm going to do 2 times 12.01, the mass of the carbon atoms, plus 6 times 1.008, the mass of the hydrogen atoms, plus 1 times 16.00, the mass of my oxygen atoms. So this is going to give me 46.068. Okay, so this is the molar mass of this empirical formula. Now, when I'm finding the molecular formula, the problem is going to give me the molar mass of one molecule of my substance, whatever it is. Okay? So I need to take this molecular mass, I'm going to write it here, and I'm going to divide it by this number I calculated up here. Okay? I'm asking the question, how many of my empirical mass units, how many of these ratios are going to go into my molecule, okay? Because the atoms can only exist in this ratio. So the question remains, how many times do I need to add this ratio of atoms in order to get my big molecule, okay? 138.204 divided by 46.068. And I'm going to do that in my calculator. And I get exactly 3, okay? So that means that this ratio of atoms, this collection of atoms, is present 3 times in my molecule, okay? So I'm going to rewrite the empirical up here, C2H6O, and then I'm going to multiply the whole thing by 3, and I'm going to get my molecular formula, C6H18O3. And that is my molecular formula, okay? If you have any questions for me, try and leave a comment down below. I'll get sure to answer that. And if you believe this is worth a like the video. If you need extra help, go to meekextrahelp.com or join the Discord server, link down below. Enjoy life. Have a fantastic day.